I'm Morey White.
I'm Tracey White.
And I'm Pastor Johnny Leckie, and this is the Compass Conversation Podcast.
Serenity now!
Serenity now!
Wait.
I don't know what we're talking about.
We will follow you. You have the name above every name. We will follow you, King Jesus.
In honor of Jerry Stiller.
Jerry Stiller, yes, passed away. So, yeah, that's what
Funny.
Serenity now.
At 92. Natural causes.
Natural causes.
Yeah.
Not COVID or murder hornets.
No murder.
No murder hornets and no COVID. Wow. It was
Gun-toting murder hornets.
It was a peaceful death. No, that sounds terrible.
Oh, we shouldn't be making fun.
No,
we're
we
talking
shouldn't.
about it.
I don't know.
Look, he was a funny guy.
He was awesome.
Would appreciate
Hilarious.
humor.
He would.
Yeah. So.
That's right.
Somebody called him today a Shakespearean comedian.
Okay.
Shakespearean. Why? Because he's like shouting to the back of the room?
I guess.
what does that mean?
Because he would carry a spear around.
Shaking the spear.
Oh,
It's Pun Day Monday. Monday Pun Day. I don't know.
Listen,
oh, well.
hey, guys.
We're a little loopy today for sure.
Yeah, if I nod off, just...
We could always keep this really short.
This may be a short one.
It could be. Because we may be asleep by the time.
How many times have we said, oh, this is going to be a short one?
See, now you're messing up my psychological prompting. I'm trying to get us...
It's
We say
the longest
that,
one
so it'll end
ever.
up being... Welcome to the Compass Conversation Podcast. Thanks for joining us here today. Well, why don't we just go around the room here? Morey, how are you doing, man?
You know, I talked last week about the Blue Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to call it the Blue Monday again today. I'm just down today.
You know, it was cloudy all day, too.
Maybe, well,
It
I
got
was
sunny
in my
near the
basement.
end,
Yep. You
but
know
it
what?
was dark and dismal here today.
To be completely honest, I am the quarantine
It's getting
stuff
you, man.
is really, really tearing me up.
Yeah.
It's tough. You know, we
people, man.
keep talking about fellowship
Yeah, I know. We're talking about it, not
and
getting to
the
have it.
importance of it. This is the extent of the fellowship
This
we
is
get
our
to have.
fellowship, man.
Yeah. Although we're doing the best.
There,
we
things are more relaxed, and we're going to start doing more stuff together, like
We are.
practicing for Big Sunday.
That's right. Yeah. Doing another Easter-like Big Sunday gathering
Yep.
here in May.
Oh,
So that's kind of fun.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I am too.
What else is
It'd be good to make some noise, blow off some steam.
Yeah.
What else is? I watched a movie yesterday, Onward.
Oh, is that good?
It's okay.
That's
One
the
of the-
Pixar one, right?
Yeah, one of the characters reminds me of Michael.
Have you seen it?
Just look at it. Just, the way he looks, and he talks a lot. I love Michael, by the way.
Of course.
That's cool.
That's pretty fun. Well, all right, man. We'll move now to the Tracy man.
Y'all haven't
Rocking the
driven
rush.
around. Nobody ever goes to the front of the house. Everybody comes back here because we come to the studio.
It's like family.
And
There's
there's
a
there is a front of your house, right?
Oh, I thought
But
it was a
because the
facade.
studio is set back from the house, it's not a part of the house, and it's near the back fence. Everybody comes through the back. So there's a big, huge dumpster or roll off in my driveway right now. We've been doing some spring cleaning, and that was all the dust and the stuff from everything sitting on the side of the house has kind of gotten to me. But other than that, it is Monday. I'm not blue, but I'm pretty tired because
big
it was
one today.
Monday didn't stop.
Yeah.
Until right now,
Wow.
So
We've stopped.
and
Hey, no more attention. We're done.
well, after this,
Finally, you got a little downtime. This is not,
downtime.
Yeah, this is good.
This is not
enjoyable
work.
time.
No.
So it's good. This is not work or something I have to do. This is something I get to enjoy, and so it's good. But other than that, just staying busy and being tired.
Staying busy and being tired.
Right.
So I feel kind of bad because I feel a little drained, but I don't really have any good reason for that because, it's typical Monday, right? So I'm always a little bit drained on Mondays no matter what.
You worked yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday that does drain me a bit. But aside from that, Leon and I, for some reason, I had gotten up really early. I always do on Sundays. And I did nod off in the afternoon, just kind of like on the couch and fell asleep, which I hate that so much. Because when I wake up, because if I plan it, like a 10, 15-minute nap, it's like an energizer.
Yeah.
If I just crash, oh, my soul. So that meant that I couldn't go to sleep. So we got later into the night. It was after 1 in the morning before we were finally like, okay, we got to go to bed. And then even then, I wasn't sleeping. And then, so that meant that this morning, this is one of the first Mondays in weeks that I didn't have some reason I had to be up early for an online meeting or something. And Leona either. And man, we slept in like a Saturday in the summer, man. I was like, oh my golly. And then the day from that point forward, it's already kind of gone. And we were trying to get some things done, and I did get a few things done, but and it was dark and dismal, and we just had a fog. Leo and I spent a lot of time talking and stuff, so that was great. We did go for a little walk, but I haven't done a whole lot today.
I get that.
And that in and of itself, I guess, has sort of made me drained a bit.
It does.
Which is stupid.
It's weird.
I'd rather be drained because I accomplished too much.
Yeah, I know. But sometimes the less you do, the tireder you are. Tired you are.
Exactly.
It's weird.
Yeah.
I need the exercise.
You got to do something.
I was supposed to run today. Didn't run today.
Yeah.
Well, we walked, but
Well, that's good.
still a bummer. I meant to run today.
This guy had an event
You had an event?
the end of last week. He got a year older.
Oh, that's right.
All in one day.
Yeah, we were talking about that last time. Your birthday.
What did you tell me, dude? What did you tell me? You are now...
I can't switch. I am now a deck of cards.
You joker. You're an ace. You're an ace, not a joker. That's all.
That's good. That's good.
That's fine.
Joker's correct.
Joker. Ace,
It's
joker.
pretty apt. Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Oh my goodness. Well, like we said, this can be a short one or it could be a longer. What do you guys want to talk about?
Fellowship.
Chewing the fat.
Fellowship.
Can you guys believe that I did not get through all of that yesterday?
Yeah.
Part of it has to do
I can
with.
believe it.
Hey,
I
but
do.
can you believe that I cut it off in time? Sort of in time.
Pretty almost in time.
Sort of in time.
I can tell you, I'll keep watching. I will keep watching.
I was pretty jazzed that Mom joined.
Yeah, your mom came onto the live feed there. That was
Cool was that?
awesome.
She did. So
They
that was
do
kind of
normally
neat.
watch the podcast.
Oh yeah.
I'm wondering if they were both watching and it was just Mom's log on or just
I
Mom
see.
was.
It was just Mom.
And then Dad was napping or something.
What did they?
Lying.
I think he was... Yeah, she went to her computer.
Oh yeah.
So
Hopped on.
did she get on board like near the end, or was she there for the whole thing? Do you know?
Pretty much
Halfway.
the whole thing.
Oh,
It was early on, so yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just chuckling at the midsection.
And so now I'm the cut and paste guy, I guess, for the
Yeah, nobody
scriptures.
else. Everybody else
Well,
is not pulling their weight on the cut and paste.
But that's
phone
because
thing,
it's
yeah.
hard on a phone.
Oh, yeah.
And I watch
and I'm
it.
casting.
Yeah, I watch up at my computer. Kathy's on her computer. I'm on my computer, and it's really funny because the streams are never synced
Right.
between her computer and my computer.
Yep.
And we'll be praying or something, and I'll say "Amen," and then she'll still be praying. Or vice versa.
Oh, wow.
Or we're both trying to sing and it just doesn't work.
Well, see, it's like, okay, we were talking about Michael a few minutes ago, my son Michael, and he's like, I can hear you upstairs. I said, so what? Are you joining us this morning? Because he's always up, he's ready to go. Are you going to be with us this morning? And he's like, yeah, I'm going to be a part of it. But afterwards, I noticed he wasn't logged on. And then we were talking, it's like, well, he can't, when he hears it here, he's hearing me loudly.
Yes.
And he's like, so he turns off and he just listens to me.
That works.
So okay, well he's not commenting or anything. What he usually doesn't anyway. But he's there. He doesn't appear to be there.
I've been thinking about, how Kathy and I've been trying to get another couple to come over and watch the service with us.
Yeah.
And it's not quite there yet, right?
Right,
so, I'm thinking that I can probably do a reverse psychology thing here and go, I'm going to come to your place on Sunday to play the cajon with you while you're doing the guitar.
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
I'll show up.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
That's fine.
Because I wasn't sure. I mean, always the priority is if you can have somebody visiting at your house, a neighbor, whatever, that's going to be the priority, not coming to be,
It's such a
playing.
great idea, too. I really enjoy that idea.
We'll figure it out. It's a
Yeah.
little awkward and weird at the moment, but...
I mean, you can't expect 100% success right out the gate, right?
No,
Can you? You only
Can-
really
can
you really want to expect that like on a like a rocket launch. You want 100% success, right?
Yeah, I think so. Skydiving, that
Skydiving,
sort of thing.
100% success. Yeah.
Lord provided another opportunity in my neighborhood, so I'm pretty excited about that in the cul-de-sac. So I'm
Oh, good. I was
talking to another neighbor.
Oh, good, Morey.
This
That's
is
awesome.
a different one. And she's going through some really tough stuff and has been for a while. So I spent probably a good hour talking to her, and then Julie spent about another 30 minutes talking to her.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's awesome.
So it's really neat to be a neighbor.
Excellent.
Just kind of neat
That is good.
to be a good neighbor.
Yep.
It's so important too, because it's not common necessarily in our day and age. I mean, I know there are communities that are using the Nextdoor app and stuff like that, and they kind of communicate, and then there's HOAs and things like that. But real, genuine neighbors, getting to know neighbors and looking out for each other, and that's a good thing to be doing right now.
Our cul-de-sac is pretty tight as far as the people. Everybody knows everybody, and we are watching out for each other. But getting into the personal is, cracking that
Yeah.
is the key.
Yeah.
And getting in there and being able to show God's love.
Mm-hmm.
And you know why I like to show God's love?
No, why, Maury? Why do you like to show
Because
God's
he
love?
loved the world so much that he gave his only son. Whoever believes in him will not perish but have eternal life. That's John 3:16.
John 3.
It will change your life. It will change your life.
There you go. Had to get in there somewhere.
I had to get it in there. But, it really is. It's the... If you can understand the extraordinary love there, it's just... then that little bit of just being a good neighbor
Yeah.
it's so tiny in comparison.
Well, I mean, it's
And,
that
still
whole
sitting
idea, of grasping God's amazing love pouring into us. If you are filled with God's love, you cannot help but overflow.
Exactly,
with
and that's exactly
God's
it. And for me, there's no way I can truly comprehend because it's so extraordinary that it's beyond anything that I could even imagine. But what he has allowed me to understand is overflowing. And
That's beautiful, man.
And to
I
get
love
to
it.
do that, wow, it's
Well,
special.
yeah, it is, man. I'm thinking that. By the way, if you don't know what we're talking about in terms of I was calling them micro groups, and my brother jumped onto the feed near the end of the service.
That was funny.
and said I'm too big to be
Yes,
a part of a micro group. He's kind of right, but
He and I will
Tall
be the
guy.
macro.
he's 6'5". Yeah. But anyway, those groups are just about us having 4 to 5 people in a home participating in our service through the live feed.
Yep.
So it just adds an extra real human in the room dynamic to that. And so taking it that next step to inviting neighbors to be a part of that, I'm wondering, maybe, I'm not sure which, we're going to have to just keep exploring and testing and seeing what happens. I don't know if it's better to invite a neighbor just to come over to your house, it's just me and my family, come on over, or if it's easier to say we're having a few people here not a lot, and we'd love for you to join us if that would be easier.
Maybe so.
Or not sound as strange. I'm not sure which one is best. I guess you just have to figure it out for your neighbors and yourself.
It is, we're still working on those neighbors.
Well, again, it might. The next thing might be my friend Al. Right? You guys know Al.
Yeah.
We were talking earlier, or I guess it was last week now, about different ideas for. We were talking about macro outreach stuff, like our movie night stuff in July or something like that, but also on the micro level for things like this. So we're talking about inviting your neighbors, and how it might be as simple as doing something on a Sunday where you have like s'mores in your driveway and invite your neighbors and just get to know people. It doesn't have to be a big backyard barbecue. It could be something simple as that. I thought, that's a good idea, Al. S'mores in the driveway, invite the neighbors.
I know what to do.
Right in the middle of the cul-de-sac.
You got your ideas.
I got an idea. Everybody likes to hang out in their garages.
Oh, yeah.
We do it.
Do the stream in the garage.
And I'm going to bring the TV out to the garage.
There you
We're going
go.
to do the stream on Sundays.
Well, there you go.
If people want to join, they can join.
Love it. Use some sweet
I think that's
speakers.
great.
That's a good idea.
It's not a bad idea. Good. Well, anywho, all that to say, there was a funny moment that we have to address in our stream yesterday. I got to tell you guys something about that. All right, so
Are you talking about the transition?
Yes, I am.
I thought it was great.
Okay.
Fantastic.
All right, so here's the story on that. So a couple of weeks ago, I said, I wish, there's this awkward moment where I have to move some things out of the way because I just can't keep them there and continue properly.
Right.
So it's always an awkward kind of deal, but we just kind of owned it and said, well, this is the awkward moment. Go get some coffee or whatever.
Yeah.
So I have a record player in the corner. You guys
That's
remember? You guys
true.
have seen it?
Yeah.
I thought, this would be a simple way. And so I just pulled out this Dwayne Eddy from 1958 or whatever. And the song was Detour. But I was remembering what you said in the comments a couple weeks ago. That should be like Benny Hill.
Yeah.
Well, this had a moment or two that was
Yes.
kind of like that. Anyway, so yeah, all I had to do, I put the needle on the record at the beginning of the song, so it was already sort of started. And all I had to do is turn off the record player. So as soon as I turned it on,
That's funny.
That's
well, it was so loud, like Melissa, it was like, it's really loud.
wow.
So we turned it down a bit. But it was very jarring. Because I just done that, Rock of Ages thing, right? Rock of Ages!
Yeah,
right?
which was great, by
Which
the
kind of
way.
went into a kind of a cool... Yeah, I love the words of that song. It's like the first time I've really spent a little time chewing on the words of that old song.
Yeah.
And I just thought, man, be of sin the double cure, save from wrath and make me pure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's good.
It's very poetic.
It's very poetic. So anyhow, so we got to that kind of tender moment. And then... But here's the other thing. That afternoon, I get an email from Facebook. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, that's right. That's
Bing!
copyrighted.
It was flagged and said, "Do you have permission to use?"
All right.
And it recognized us on Detour, Dwayne Eddy. I'm like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, they're good at that.
Okay. And so it said, but here's what it said. The option was, if you believe you have the right to use this music, go ahead, then check here. If not, but you want it to be partially muted during that song, click here. So I went, okay. So I clicked there. But it hasn't changed yet. So if you want to see that crazy moment, hurry. Because probably in the next few days, when you get to that point, it's just going to be blank sound.
Yeah, they've done that to us.
So a funny story, speaking of that, is, we were in a band with Morgan. We recorded a song, and then we did a video, and we uploaded it to YouTube. And got a nasty gram from YouTube saying, "Hey, you're using copyrighted material."
You own the copyright.
And we were really glad to reply to that, saying,
It's ours.
"Yeah, we know. We own the copyright. That's us."
Did they respond to that?
No, they didn't respond, but
Let it play?
yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Sometimes they don't.
We didn't get in trouble for it, in other words.
Because years ago, I had like a vlog type video I posted, and there was a lot of rain in Texas. So it was like many years ago. And I went out on my porch, and it looked like a river flowing down our street. So I did that, and then I posted with some music just for I'm talking 10 seconds, 15 seconds, from an old public domain song. But what I didn't know is that Led Zeppelin had also recorded that public domain. And so it got picked up recognizing the tune.
Interesting.
And I kept trying to tell this is a public domain. And then I would get it again and get it again. I was like, just forget it. It was just 10 seconds at the end of a personal blog thing. I didn't care.
Wow.
Anyhow. But that was funny Sunday. Anyway, all that to say.
It was. That's
And the sad news is I can't do it again. So I'm creatively, Leon and I are batting some ideas around
well, I was
what
going
we
to say
can
we
do.
could write our own.
That's right.
We can write our own, of course.
That's right.
I can get behind the drums.
I mean, I've thought of everything from like making a funny, something painted, and just kind of pull that in front of the screen for those moments. Just
Something on little strings that drop down.
There's something funny, just kind of having fun with it. A curtain that goes here.
You could do a little back thing and have Melissa come back with some puppet thing.
Oh, that'd be nice.
That'd be amazing.
This is the in-between. Yeah, that'll get everybody spiritually ready for the message. A little puppet thing.
Interlude.
Sure.
It has to say interlude.
Lonely Goat Herd from The Sound of Music. Oh, man.
Awesome. Oh, that's just
It'll be something, though, and it could be something different every week. I'm just trying to think, how can we do that? But I do have to be careful because I was mindful of a transition time and going from one moment that's a little bit more kind of broad us in, a little bit spiritually focused, to jarringly change too quickly.
Yeah.
I gotta be careful there. But at the same time, if we had something after that song that was sort of that buffer, and then that happened, it would have been a little better. But
Great King Merciful. What are they going to say to you?
Right?
Exactly.
Sorry, that's copyrighted.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, Great King Merciful. We still haven't released that song. I just realized.
No, we never did make the fixes,
Was it
but
ever?
I don't think it needs it.
And it's already been mastered and everything anyway,
Yeah,
right?
it's
So
mastered.
it's ready to go.
It's ready.
All right. I'll just release it.
We were just getting way picky,
Yeah.
so, and that's okay. I mean, we can always come back later and
This might be a great time to kind of release. Everybody hears it every time we do the podcast.
I
They're
know.
part
yeah,
of it.
At least a snippet.
I
Yeah.
follow you. If nothing else, just you guys at the end singing, taking the song in vain. Alrighty.
that's fine.
Well, anyhow. Well, what else about yesterday? Where are we? We've just been kind of
22
We
and a half minutes.
talked about what the church is
Yes, still talking about question 4.
in the word. What is a Greek word?
Ecclesia.
Yeah.
Ecclesia.
Ecclesia.
Or ecclesian in some, depending on where the word is being used, what version of it.
Potato.
Potato, potato, tomato, Caribbean, cerebral.
I heard the difference on that
cerebral.
one is if you've been there or not.
If you've been there, what is it?
I don't know. I've never been there.
To the Caribbean?
Is that what it is?
It's the
If you've
Caribbean.
been there.
Oh, well, there you go. Caribbean makes more sense.
See, I need to make a Caribbean cruise.
Caribbean, so you call it Caribbean?
Yes.
Oh, man. It's a vocabulary tour you'll be taking. So, what are we talking about? It's
Talking
only
about
Talking about the church.
Oh, yeah.
One thing that was really cool was the different descriptions.
Yeah. It wasn't even an exhaustive list.
But there is a big list.
There is a list, right? Yeah. Descriptions of what the church is compared to, sort of a metaphor in Scripture, in the New Testament. And one of them was...
The body? Right?
The body. That was the last one because it was the one I was about to dive into.
Yeah.
The
Next week.
bride.
That's right.
The Bride of Christ.
That's a big one for me.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. There again, it's about love. And I think whenever I think about the Bride of Christ, I think about, the relationship I have with my wife.
Well, yeah.
And that type of love, that...
Well, in Ephesians, there is there's some stuff about husbands and wives,
Yes.
and then he wraps up the chapter by saying this is a mystery, but I'm talking about the church. Mm-hmm. So it's like these are certainly true for husband and wife, but this is a principle about church. Jesus sees his church as the bride.
Yeah.
So it's not some kind of weird thing, but it's just this deal where it's like, ultimately we're going to be united with Jesus. And in Revelation, there is the imagery. There's a lot of imagery in Revelation. Anybody who tells you they understand everything about
Bunch
Revelation,
of wings and heads and horns and thrones.
they don't understand everything about Revelation. But
Wings and heads and horns and thrones.
oh my,
Stuff and things.
that sounds like a storybook you need to write. By Tracey White.
The story.
Heads and horns and
Illustrated by
Bedtime?
Kathy White.
bedtime stories from Revelation.
And behold.
The river of
That was
blood
the
and
horseman.
Armageddon. Okay, anyhow.
Good night, sweetheart.
Good night. Sweet dreams. Well,
Oh my God.
the Revelation was kind of like a dream. It was a vision. Oh, my soul. What has happened to us here? Anyhow, anyway, what I was saying, in Revelation,
There was fruits and meats and stuff in a basket or in a blanket. So there's a blanket there.
Fruits and meats and stuff in a blanket.
that's book 2.
Oh yeah.
Oh, my soul. All right, guys.
Cookbook, though.
Let's just really back in. It's a cookbook. We went from Revelation to that. Oh, my soul.
Fruits and meats and stuff in a
You
blanket.
guys could probably just pass over this particular podcast.
Edit.
Edit, clip,
And
and clip. All right.
That's the kind of stuff you don't want to cut out.
That's probably the best part. Well, anyhow, what I was saying is that there is the description of the New Jerusalem. It's all the people
Yes,
who
the
place
temple.
before that, I mean
yeah.
in Revelation, that will be united with the bridegroom, Jesus,
oh yes.
at the wedding feast of the Lamb. And
Yes.
so there's that kind of imagery of a celebration of like a finally together, the church and Jesus together. So that's one imagery. But the bride. Then there was another
Which was the temple.
temple. Yep. Temple of God and living stones and all of that kind of deal. That was kind of an interesting one. There was a third one. I'm going blank now.
The bride, the temple.
Bride, temple, family of God.
Family?
Thank
Oh
you.
yeah, family.
That's what we've been talking about the last few weeks.
Right.
So us being a part of God's family. And then, the body of Christ. And that's the one I've already told Leon, so I'm hardly doing any review. We're just jumping in.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you missed it, sorry.
It's
No
been
review
recorded.
for
Go
you.
back and
Go back and look
watch
at
it.
last
Yeah.
week. Yeah.
Well, wait.
Just to keep time rolling, right? So anyhow,
Last week on.
run a trailer from last week.
Oh my goodness, we could do that. That would
Here we
be.
go.
I actually have seen some churches that have done that, where a pastor's in the middle of a series,
Oh yeah.
and so their media team took like highlights from the message and clipped them together, and they showed that as a quick catch-up, boom, to lead into the next.
You know what's dangerous about that though? Is that you kind of prove that what you took 30 minutes to say can be done in about 30 seconds. So
These are the highlights, not the meal. This is like having a little snack, man.
I'm kidding.
All right, but you're kind of right. But
It's funny.
well, anyhow, but we did. We talked more about church, and we did use ecclesia. That word we
Ecclesia.
touched on it a minute ago, but didn't really come back to it. And it's fun to kind of hear, that there are a few people who've heard that before.
Yeah.
It's a Greek word. When Jesus says it in Gospel of Matthew, "I will build my church," he was probably speaking in Aramaic, and then it was rightly translated into Greek
Right.
as ecclesia. And that whole idea is really interesting because we think of it as church, and there's a whole other background, if you really wanted to get into it, about how it came to be called a church.
Yeah.
And what there's a little bit of weird historical controversy going on about that, which is funny because it doesn't really mean anything to us today. But if you understand church as being with ecclesia, the idea was it was a word that was commonly used. It was like a called out for a governing body of some kind to assemble. They would send out the ecclesia if there's an ecclesia gathering, assembly of the government or whatever. And so that was a common word, but the church and Jesus used it and kind of flipped it. I'm calling out my church. I'm calling out my people to me. I'm gathering you to me. Let's assemble together. And anyway, just kind of interesting.
I like that though.
Cool. Oh yeah,
I like it because it's the called out.
Called out
Yeah.
and for purpose.
Invited.
Yes, invited, and to assemble together, and to work together, and to be a part of a new way of thinking and living and mission and all that stuff. So
I'm on the list.
you're on the list. Lamb's Book of Life. Yep, you're there. Morey man on the list. All right, guys. Well, but it was anyway. It was fun. It was a good day.
It was a good day.
It was Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Maybe we should say, love you, moms.
Love you, moms.
All of them.
Love you, moms.
Love all you moms.
Love all you moms.
Moms.
You were loved.
Where would we be without moms?
Right? Well, not
See,
here.
it's progressed to this. It's time to shut down. We've already trashed, we've made a wreck of the revelation, which is not cool. That's so not cool. Now, we're like a half a step away from insulting every mother on the planet. We just got to stop this.
We did that last week.
Did we?
We were insulting somebody last week.
We need to stop
What was
doing
that?
insults.
Was it the murder hornets?
No, but that's funny.
The gun-toting murder hornets?
Hornets. All right.
Okay, I think we're near the end here, so let's begin to wrap this thing up, guys. We're very glad you guys, if you're here this far, you are a true fan. You're a true fan, and we love you. All right. So, let me just say this: we'd like to invite you to be with us every Sunday at 10 a.m. It's as live as we can make it.
Yeah. A countdown.
You never know what's going to happen. That's right. Be there live. It's always better live. On Facebook, Compass Church Colorado. You can always go to our website, compassdenver.com, and we would love to have you as our guest this Sunday.
Yes.
All right, guys, final words.
Love you guys. Love all of you.
Peace, everybody.
Grace and peace to you. That's all we have for tonight, and we are out.
We will